You all, I'm going to give you all time to come in. As you all see, we were late. I got caught donating blood, and it took forever. But should have taken an hour and a half. Almost took 3 hours. So I apologize for my tardiness. But I'm going to give you all time to come on into the chat. Gonna let you all come into the chat and give you all time. Let me go ahead and share. Why did it take 100 hours to make it back? Look, we wait for people to come in so you can just tell me in the chat what took so long. Why did the drive back? I guess I'm assuming you drove. So what about the drive back took so long? Where were you coming from? No gas on the way, Lakeland, Florida. People like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, now that puts it all in perspective. My goodness, that I'm sure that was frustrating. There's nothing like a long trip that's even longer because of traffic. Wow. We're giving you all time to come in. We're giving you all time to gather. Wow, traffic was bumper to bumper for hours. Glad you said that. I have somebody to add to the prayer list. Hey, Makia, it's good to see you today. We're starting really late. I was donating blood and got stuck. The office where I was donating blood got stuck, and what should have been an hour and a half took 3 hours. So I and I and this may sound weird, but when you donate, they do like a pre thing where they check your blood pressure, check your protein, check your, all that kind of stuff. Um, and once you do that, it's like you can't leave. So it was just a mess. It was a mess. But I'm glad to be here today. Come on in today, you all. As you all are coming in, please like and share. I know we may be few because we got started so late, but I do think there's something that I believe God has for you. Of course, I want to say to all of you who are here, welcome to Community Check In. And if you would do me a favor and take a moment, it would if to like if you have not already done so, and take a moment to share. As you are doing that, let's get into our question. Let's get into our question of the day. We're preparing for Hurricane Milton. Um, so our question of the day is simply this: as we're praying and we're hoping that people are okay as Hurricane Milton is set to touch down in the Gulf tomorrow. Let's ask this question: what is the biggest natural disaster you have been a part of? What is the biggest natural disaster that you have been a part of? That's our question of the day. What is the biggest natural disaster that you have been a part of? As you all are thinking, I will go ahead and say mine first. The biggest natural disaster I think I've been a part of was, I guess, it would probably have to be Snowmageddon. Now, my sister had to evacuate Louisiana. She was a freshman in New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina came, and it flooded Dillard. She went to Dillard University, and so she was there probably a week or two, and had to evacuate her freshman year. But if you all remember Snowmageddon in Atlanta, literally, I had to go walk and get Bryce's teacher who got stuck. She was at a Kroger. She had walked to a Kroger. I walked to the Kroger and let her come and stay at my apartment that night. It was like a second grade teacher. And it was just crazy. Cars were all over the side of the road. People were stuck. If anybody was here during Snowmageddon, you know that was indeed a huge natural disaster that I think I had friends who got stuck with their children on 285. It was a mess, you all. Um, that was probably Snowmageddon in Atlanta was probably the biggest natural disaster I've been a part of. What is the biggest natural disaster you've been a part of? Think about it. Come into the comments and let me know. What is the biggest natural disaster you have been a part of? And I don't know if I hit it, but good afternoon, Makia Sturkey, and good afternoon to you, Dina. It's great to see you today. If there's anybody else here, either on YouTube or on Facebook, I would love to let me know and just say hello. For those of you who've already said hello, answer the question of the day, and we're going straight into the word. The question of the day is: what is the biggest natural disaster that you have been a part of? What is the biggest natural disaster you've been a part of? All right, look like we have at least one answer. Let's go here. Detroit was hit with a tornado, and we were still at work. I worked at a hospital, so we couldn't leave. Also, I was in an earthquake in California, but it wasn't a big one. Thank God. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. Well, look, I know we don't have many people, and others are not answering. So let's go ahead and let's get right into this word. We're coming from my book, Live Greater, Think Deeper, Love Better, Spiritual Reflections for the Heart, Mind, and the Soul. I'm coming from chapter 20. Now, you got to know chapter 20 means a lot to me because 20 is my favorite number. It's my kickball number, and my son wears the number 20, so it's his number. We both believe it to mean second to none. Actually, Bryce and I are supposed to be getting a tattoo together that says B20. B20, because it's a 20 means second to none. So in some ways, it's like B second to none, but it's also B is in Brashawn and Bryce, and our number is 20. So it's, it has a lot of symbolism. And so that's what we are going to do. I'm coming from chapter 20. It's a chapter that simply says go. I want to encourage someone today. I want to inspire someone today. And I want to start like this. An evangelical story is told about the devil talking with his demons. And those demons and the devil are strategizing about how they can keep people from living in and with a relationship with God. Now, the first demon suggests, I'm trying to get my banner right. Hold on, here we go. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. All right. The first demon suggests that they try to convince people that God is not real. They began to talk, and the devil decides that though this may work for some, however, the devil says, but when they look at the majesty of the world, when they look at the mystery of life, they will always drive many people to believe there is more. There's something that's so great, so beautiful, so majestic about the world. The devil said, you know what? I don't think that's a great idea. So, I mean, it might help some, but that's not really what's going to help us keep people from God. So they threw that idea out the window. He concludes that this idea of saying that God is not real is not the best strategy, and the approach will not suffice. Another demon says and put his hand up and says, let me go and let me tell them that heaven is not real. The devil thinks it through, weighs the pros and cons, but ultimately decides this would not be the optimal strategy to keep people from their spiritual best. Finally, a demon gets up and says, I know what we can do. They said, we won't tell them God is not real. That probably won't work. Too many people will believe in God. Says we won't tell them that heaven is not real because that may not work as well. They said what we will do is, we can assure them that they do in fact need a relationship with God. But we'll just tell them to wait. We'll tell them, we will convince them that tomorrow will be a better time than today. We will assure them that they should just wait until they do one more thing. Wait until they break one more habit. Wait until they have one more pleasurable experience. Wait until they live in their own pleasures just one more time. Then, when the time comes for them to get closer to God, we'll just make up another reason they should wait. The devil thought about it for a while and said, you know what? That's a great strategy. That's what we're going to do. We believe that we can keep more people from their purpose. The devil and his demons decided they can keep more people from their destiny. They can keep more people from their spiritual best, not by trying to tell them spirituality is a bad thing, not by trying to tell them God is not real, not by trying to tell them heaven is not real, but we should just tell them to wait. Now, whatever you may think about the story, isn't it easy to relate to the principle that one of the things that keeps us from being our best selves is intentional or unintentional procrastination? Y'all, it's not that we do not know. It's not that we do not believe. It's not that we do not accept what we should do, what we could do, or what we would do. It's just we always find some reasonable explanation to wait. In fact, if we really took inventory, we would find that procrastination and hesitation are two habits that have been the most destructive to our lives. There are so many places in any arena, in any area of our life, that I believe if we begin to investigate or interrogate, we will find that the reason we didn't do it our best, the reason we didn't do it well, the reason we didn't live into the dream, the reason we didn't strive for the goal is because somehow we convinced ourselves to wait. Yeah, procrastination, not lack of talent or dearth of potential, is many of our biggest enemies. It's not that we can't. It's not that we believe we shouldn't. It's simply that we haven't yet. At least that's what we tell ourselves. Over and over again, we find that some of the most successful people in life are those who resisted that specious, tricky, funny voice that says stop, that says hold on, that tells us not right now, or just plain tells us to wait. Often there's no real talent gap between us and those who thrive. There's simply in them the instinct to go and not to wait. Nevertheless, we continue to find reasons to hesitate on fulfilling our potential, realizing our dreams, reaching for our destinies, and achieving our goals. Right now, there are so many of us, even on this line, there are so many people in our family, in our circle, in our sphere of influence, at our schools, at our jobs. There are so many of us that know a task needs to be done, that know a relationship needs to be ended, that know a conversation needs to be had, that know an apology needs to be given, that know a habit needs to be stopped. But somehow we convince ourselves that this is not the right time. We convince ourselves we don't have time today. We convince ourselves there'll be another time tomorrow, or we'll just wait until the next time. Yet today, I hope that someone will be filled with the spirit of go. I write this not just as a giver of this word, but as someone who needs this word in my own life. I remember when I initially wrote this, it was at the end of the week, and I was tempted by the idea that it would be better to wait until Monday to send it. For whatever reason, I thought it would be better to send this kind of message on a Monday. In fact, I cannot count the things that we put off thinking somehow Monday is this magical day that will allow us to actually get our lives together. There's some of us right now who we know we're going to go on a diet, but somehow we've convinced ourselves to wait until next Monday. There's something that we're going to do, some habit we're going to start, some new thing that we're going to try. And for whatever reason, we convince ourselves that Monday will be better. Today, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to do something this day. Today, I want to encourage you to take Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, and live in this moment. Make this day the day you're going to do better. Make this day the day you're going to live better. Make this day the day you're going to try more. Make this day the day that you're going to move forward or take you upward or push yourself onward. When it comes to doing the next right thing in your life, the time is now. When it comes to doing the next right thing in your life, the starting point is here. When it comes to doing the best thing in your life, the thing to do is to go. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I want to encourage you. There's something you've put off. Even if you do it for 5 minutes, I want you to go. Go into the diet. Go into the exercise. Go and join the church. Go and ask the person for a date. Go and end the relationship that's toxic. Go right now. There's no better day than Tuesday to make your life better. Every head bowed, every eye closed, every heart praying. God, we love you today and we honor you. We believe and we love you, God, and we believe that we know that there's something we can do today that will make our lives better. Today, God, strip us of our hesitation, strip us of our procrastination, and move us to a higher place in our life. Move us to live in more intentional lives. Move us to live more lives with more ambition. Move us to live lives with more initiative. And God, I'm praying that you would help each and every person who can hear my voice right now do something that will take them forward, that will move them onward, or that will take them higher to right now and today. God, I'm praying, God, not just for us, but for those who we have in our heart and in our spirit. And so today, I'm lifting today Lakia, Zakel, Peyton, Noah, Nash, and Paris. I'm lifting right now Michelle Gordon and Brian Gordon. I'm lifting right now all those who will be in the way of Hurricane Milton. I'm lifting Marcus McCants and his family. I'm praying for Darlene Bird and Altoria May, Carol Holmes and Albert Lewis, Craig Epps and Julie Huang, Patty Perry and Patricia Perry, Tracy Blackwell, James Walker, and Heather Manley. God, you know how each of the people that we've called need touching. Touch right now. You know how each of the people we've called need moving. Move right now. Bless right now. Help right now. In the name of Jesus. God, I'm praying that you'll move in such a way that we'll feel your presence and your power and that it will be undeniable in our lives. Move us to higher heights, move us to bigger and better dreams, and move us to a more spiritual place. This is my prayer. I pray it in the loving, liberating, and life-giving name of Jesus. Amen. And thank God. Beloved, I want to thank you today for joining us for our check-in. I want to encourage you that whatever it is that can better your life, choose something today, Tuesday, October 8th, 2024, to do, to start, to stop, to initiate, to try. that will make all the difference in your world. I'm touching and agreeing with you, Michelle Gordon. I'm touching and agreeing with you, Dina. To each and every one of you who are out there on YouTube, on Facebook, on our website, I'm touching and agreeing with you. May God bless each and every one of you. May God keep each and every one of you. And please remember to live in love. Y'all have a great day.